Hello everyone. In this video, we will learn how to write a 8051 program to find number of ones and number of zeros in a given number. Okay, so let's assume the number as 85h. Okay, so now actually what we need to do, we need to find out the number of ones and zeros present in 85h. Okay, so first write this hexadecimal number in the form of the binary number, right? So 8 is represented as 1000 and 5 is represented as 0101. Okay, right? So now in this one, the number of ones are 1, 2, 3, and number of zeros we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So total 8 bits, correct? Right? So number of ones we have 3 and number of zeros we have 5. Okay, so now we'll see how to implement this one in the 8051 program, right? So before writing the program, first we need to identify the logic, right? So in what way we need to write the program, or so that the microcontroller can identify how many number of ones are there and how many number of zeros are there, right? So now for that we will copy each bit in the carry flag, and then we can check the carry flag by using the instruction JC. Okay, because at a time microcontroller cannot verify the all the bits, means how many number of ones are there or zeros are there. Okay, only we can check each bit present in the number. Okay, again this cannot be verified either in the registers or in this any other memory locations or in the accumulator. We can check each bit only by say copying this bit in the carry flag. Okay, so now we'll see how we can do that one. Okay, so let's assume that we are storing this number in the accumulator. Okay, we are storing this number in the accumulator. So I'll be rewriting this number 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, and 1. Okay, right? Right. So now assume that this is a carry flag. We'll assume that this is the carry flag because this carry flag is present actually in the PSW register. That is, again it is of 8-bit register, right? So this just carry bit is a 1 bit present in the PSW register. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to move this bit in the carry flag. Okay, so what we can do, that is we will be moving this one here. Okay, so this can be done by using the instruction RRC. Okay, so what this does is RRC instruction will copy the LSB or will shift the LSB into carry flag, and whatever will be there in the carry flag, that will be shifted to MSB. So in other way we can say that each bit will be shifted one place to the right. Okay, right? So now after shifting we'll write the status of the accumulator, right? So this one is shifted here, and we'll assume that by default earlier the carry bit is 0. Okay, I'll take this. Okay. So this is the status of accumulator and the carry flow before executing the RRC instructions. So once the RRC instruction is executed, we get the contents of accumulator like this. Right? So this is the carry flag now. So this one will be shifted here. So when this is shifted to carry flag, and the carry flag will be shifted to this place, and this one will come here, and this 0 comes here, this 0 comes here, this is 0 comes here, 0, 0, 1, 0, right? See? So this is the status of accumulator and the carry flag after executing RRC instruction once, right? So once this instruction is executed, then we can check the carry bit, whether the carry bit is 1 or not. Okay, in this first iteration, the carry bit is 1, is nothing but the number of 1 present we have, it is. Okay, I'll take this is number of ones and this one is number of zeros. Now number of ones present is 1. Okay, and next now again we will rotate one more time, right? So again if you rotate one more time, what happens? This 0 comes here, this one will be coming here, right? This one here, and next this 0 comes here, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, and this 0 comes here. This is the carry bit, right? This is the carry bit, right? So now by checking this one, the carry bit is 0. So the number of zeros we present is again it is 1. Okay, again this will be rotating one more time now. Okay, this will be rotating for one more time. So that time what happens? Right? See now this 0 comes here, that is MSB bit, and this one will be coming here, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0 and 1. This is the carry, okay, which was there in the LSB. Right. So now by checking the carry bit, we can identify that the carry flag is 1. So the number of 1 presents are 2. Correct. So again if we rotate this one more time, what happens? This whatever is there in the carry flag, again that comes here. Correct. 1, and this 0 comes here. 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, and this whatever is there in the LSB, that comes to carry flag. Carry flag. Right? So now by checking the carry flag, we can identify the carry bit is 0. So the number of zeros are present are now 2. Right? So right now how many bits we verified? We verified 4 bits. Right? Means we have executed our RRC instruction 4 times. So like this, to see all the bits, we need to rotate this RRC instruction 8 times, because the each number is represented as 8 bits. Okay, so this logic now we need to implement using the 8051 program. Okay, so now we'll write the program now. So one thing we need to remember is RRC instruction is associated with only accumulator. Okay, so whatever the number we are going to find out, the number of ones and zeros, that should be copied into accumulator itself. So that will do by using the instruction move A comma 85H. Okay, right. So now here we need some registers or memory locations to store how many number of ones are there and how many number of zeros are there. For that we will use the register R0 and R1. Okay, R0 to store the number of ones and R1 to store the number of zeros. Okay, so this number of ones and zeros you can store anywhere. It depends upon the user conditions. Okay, now I am assuming that I am going to store ones in R0 and zeros in R1. So I will initialize that. Okay, so move R0 comma hash 00h. Okay, so to avoid the garbage value, we are initiating R0 with the 00h and R1 using the 00h. Next, we are going to write a program in the efficient way by using the loop instruction, right? So means now we need to to know that how many number of times we are executed or when we need to come out of the loop. For that we need to initialize the counter. So counter should be loaded with how many number of times we need to rotate our accumulator. Okay, as we now seen that earlier, we need to rotate our accumulator 8 times, right? So that's why the counter should be initialized with 08h. 08h. Okay, 08h. So now we are having the data in the accumulator. We are initialized R0 and R1 to store the number of ones and zeros, and now we are initialize the counter also, right? So now we'll rotate the accumulator by using the instruction RRC. Okay, actually we have two instructions in the 8051 to rotate the accumulator. Those are RR and RRC. Okay, in RR, the carry flag will not exist here. Okay, means this instruction will not affect the carry flag. Okay, that's why we cannot use this RR instructions in this program. So we are using RRC, which will affect the carry flag. So this instruction is that it is rotate right through carry, right? One bit at a time. So now we are rotating RRC, yeah, right? So next we need to check the carry flag. So for that we have the instruction JC. It is a conditional instruction which will check the status of the carry flag. If the condition is true, it will go to the label or the target address mentioned in the instruction. Okay, this label you can give it as any name. Okay, we can give it as a any num. So I will be giving here, right? So here actually if the carry is generated is nothing but the particular bit is 1, right? So that time I need to store number of ones in the R0. That's why I will write here number of ones. Number of ones. So in the label there should not be any space. Okay, there should not be any space. So now I'll come to this address here. Number of ones. So here what I need to do, R0 I have initialized the R0 I initialized 00h to store the number of ones. Now one number we had find out, so that should be copied into R0, right? So that can be using instruction increment R0. So each time when we find the 1 in the 85h, the R0 will be incremented. Okay, that's right. If carry is not generated, what we need to do? That is nothing but the particular bit is 0. So we need to increment R1. So increment R1. Okay, increment R1, right? So now after this increment R1, this instruction should not be executed, right? Because if this is also executed, what will happen? Even though the particular bit is 0, we will be incrementing R0 register also. So that's why we need to skip this instruction. That can be done by the instruction sjump next. Sjump next. Sjump next, right? So now we have rotated one time and we have verified the carry flag, right? So next also we need to rotate, right? So but we don't know that, we think that microcontroller doesn't know how many times it has rotated, right? So we need to check that how many times we have rotated and how many times it is left. So that is done by checking the R2 register. Means after each rotation we need to decrement the R2 register, and also we need to check for 0. So that can be done by using the instruction djnz R2 comma label. R2 comma label. What this instruction does, it will decrement the R2 register and also it check for the status of the R2. If it is not 0, then it will jump to the target address mentioned here. So this label can be anything. So I will write just it is repeat. Okay, means we need to repeat the instruction, so that should be from here. Means next time we need to rotate the accumulator to find out the whether the bit is 1 or 0. Okay, if the R2 is 0, is nothing but we are rotated all the 8 times, so it's time to end the program, so it will come out of the loop. Okay, so here I'll write yes jump or end of the program, or end of the program. Okay, right. So this is how we can write the 8051 program to count the number of ones and 0. Okay, for example, if you want to store these things in the internal RAM locations, maybe in 30H or 31H. Okay, so how we can do that now? So now that can be done by copying the contents of R0 and R1 in the memory locations, right? That is move 30H comma R0. Okay, move 30H comma R0, and again move 31H comma R, right? So now we'll see the same example using the Keil compiler. Okay, so the program is written here. Now first we will rebuild the program for checking for the errors. Now the errors are 0, so let's debug the program now. Okay, right? So now we will see here bit step by step execution. Okay, now these are the default status of all the registers now. So now the first instruction we have is move a comma hash 85H is nothing but 85 should be copied into accumulator, right? 85 is copied in the accumulator. So next R2 we are using as a counter to check further how many number of times we need to rotate. So R2 is initialized with 0AH. Okay. So next R0 is initialized with 00H and R1 is initialized with 00H. Anyhow, default we have 000, right? So now we are going to check actually mainly this carry flag, because when RRC instruction is executed, it affects the carry flag. Okay. So now 85 we have, so the LSB bit actually it is 1. So when the RRC instruction executed, the LSB bit should be shifted to carry flag. Means after this instruction is executed, the carry flag should be 1. We'll see that, right? So now RRC instruction we have, when this is executed, see the carry flag is now 1. It's nothing but that LSB bit is 1, right? But after executing this instruction, only the carry flag sets. Okay, but we need to check the carry flag to find out, because we will not be knowing, right? The control will not be knowing that whether it is 1 or 0. For that we are using this JC instruction. Okay, so that is, it checks the single bit. This is a bit instruction. Okay, JC is the bit instruction. It will check if this condition is true, then it comes to label mentioned here. That is, okay, I'll write this one is store. Yes, store 1, store once. I'll write this as store once. Let it be same, store 1 only. Okay,
And next we'll see it came here because the carry flag is 1. So here it will increment the R0. Now see that R0 we are having 0. So once this instruction is executed, R0 should be incremented to 1. Right, R0 is incremented to 1. Right, so next it will check for R2 content. So what it will do, it will decrement R2 and then it will check for 0. So now is at present the R2 is having 0 8H. See, R2 is having now 0 7, and the controller comes to this instruction, right, because the R2 is not 0. So then this instruction will be repeated for 8 times, right. So now we'll see what happens next. Now when this RRC instruction is a carry flag is 0, it's nothing but this with condition is failed, means the next instruction should be executed after executing this instruction. See, increment R1 instruction is will be executing now. That will be incremented 1, means the number of ones right now we have got is 1 and the number of zeros we have got 1, and we have verified only 2 bits, and this will be repeating for 8 times. See, now actually now R2 is 1 means only 1 remain. We have completed 7 times rotations, only 1 time is left now. Now you see, even this instruction executed means it will decrement R2, and if it is 0 it comes out of the loop. See, R2 is 0, that's why this condition is failed. So microcontroller is executing the instruction just below the loop instruction. So what is the next instruction we have here? We are storing the contents of R0 in 30H, means R0 is having 0 3. So for that we'll open the memory window. Right, so here I'll write internal memory location, right. So I colon 30H. Right, now we'll execute this. See, now R0 is stored in 30H, means 30H is having number of 1. So number of 1s are 3 and number of zeros are 5. Then next is the end of the program. Okay, right. So like this you can store number anywhere in the you can store in the internal RAM or in the external RAM or in the RAM, but before using the RRC instruction the data should be copied in the accumulator. Only that is the condition while we are using the RRC instruction.